Okay, it says you are live. I don't know if there's anybody here with me. But let's see what's going on here, folks. If somebody's here, say hi on X or on YouTube. I know it might take a minute. I just kind of got it organized. Had some trouble keeping the mic on. Now, let me see what's going on here. Okay, so first thing I'm seeing, obviously, there's call closers here. Customers are long these puts. So I see that here's the dot in the morning was the 60, what are these, 60, 25, 60, 30 puts. And it looks like they added to that. So might get trapped underneath that. Price is right at the 60/30. Let's change this here to gamma. So that was delta. Let's change this to gamma so we see how much hedging oomph there is. Okay, I got a couple people here. Hi. Okay, so as we know, market makers are short gamma here because customers are long these puts. And based on this picture here, without doing much of an analysis, we should either get trapped right under here or we have a room to spring up. So 60/30 obviously is an inflection point, not just where price is, but where hedging demand is. So here's position size. Is this, let me just see what they have on there. And I'll show you a trick that I like to do. Let's go 0 DTE. Let's go to gamma here. That's what we really need to see this close to. So this was the Friday one. I was looking at that before when we were live streaming. Okay. So here's gamma. So you see, it looks like we're kind of trapped, quote unquote, or could be trapped under these longs or over. So one pin path is over here, over 30, and we got tight action here. We got tight action here. So let me go over here. And I want to show you a little trick. Instead of looking at gamma today, I like looking at the upcoming and seeing where we are in relation to it. And so we have one path of least resistance, 40. I don't think we get there. Sometimes I can get a clue, especially if I see all right, never mind. Oh, what might be interesting is this. So what this shows you is, imagine a ball rolling down a hill. And this shows you how hard it would be to get over this hill. I'm not great at manipulating these 3D images, I'll admit. There's a way to, some people just seem to know how to move them and how to zoom them in. I kind of don't. But see, if we get over here, we get sucked in over here. I'm not going to mess around because I can't manipulate the image to see what I want. My brain doesn't work great in 3D. I'm a product of school of Cartesian logic. like X and Y axis chart. The Cartesian logic was kind of taught a lot then. Yes, when I looked before, I said that under the 60/30 is our inflection point. So where do we go for the pin? Let's take a few more looks here. So we have one potential pin at 25-ish, one up here. We tend to close below the orange line. So if we get above here, then we can get a little whoosh at the end of the day. Let's take a look at a chart. So it's the same thing we've been looking at all day. 60/25, 60/30. Do we get over it or not? Top of the weekly straddle was at 35, so we probably won't get over that. Here was the top of the estimated move, top of the chop zone. So we just kind of made it out of the chop zone, and that's where we are. Let me see if I can invite some of my buddies here. See if they. Oh, there he is. Oh, he came on YouTube. Okay. All right. Now folks are starting to show up. So we're looking at the battle for 30. So while I'm in the battle zone, oh, that's no good. Hold on. Sorry about that. Entire screen. Okay. I just wanted to get a feel for what's going on with the deltas. What time is it? There's still a few minutes. At this point, there's really no extra information here in the chain. I don't want to look at a 1 DTE because we have CPI. I did notice when we looked before, you know what, for Friday, I'm willing to say that that's going to hold. Expected move is 54. Okay. And this is that butterfly hedge I have here, so it's down a couple dollars. Let's do the old Mentor Q update. I mean, 25 might be an interesting pin. At this point, it's almost like literally like a lottery ticket. That's a little too expensive to play with right now. So if we think we're going over 30, that's even still, that's a buck. The easy money is gone. I want to throw out $100. I wouldn't mind throwing out 75. 90 I might throw out. Let's see if we do it like, see, there's not enough juice up there to make that worthwhile either. That's worthwhile. I might do that. Break the wing a little on top. Now, of course, if we whoosh up to 45, I'm screwed. But I don't think that's happening. So basically, I get to sell two up here. That gives me a little breathing room. 70 cents. Opposite. Just for fun right now, I could put in something to close just so I can see the price. Yeah, 60.35 could be the roof. That's kind of why I did that. I agree. My buddy at SPX Omega, who has pretty cool secret sauce himself. Well, that's a pretty big roof floor. Well, let's take a look at the 35 roof. And if you ever want to come on and do a screen share, just let me know. I put the link in our little private thing. If you hit the StreamYard link, you should be able to come and I can let you screen share. And if you want to type on the thing, I can put what you typed there. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. He's got some fancy stuff. He's a computer programmer, so he does all this fancy stuff. And so he's got 35 top. And so this is market maker. This is market maker short. We could, we need to get over this. We need to get over 35 to, this is where the decay is. It's either here or here. Path of least resistance is right here. I mean, so what we're looking at, what the dynamics of what we're looking at, so you can kind of mentally visualize it, is this. Customers are long these puts, so market makers are short these puts. So market makers have to sell to balance out their deltas. And then if we go up, they have to buy them back. If we go down, then this becomes a one delta and they have to sell more. So if over here, and there we go, we're starting to run up a little bit. So now what's going on over here at 35? See, these were short at one, customer short, market maker long at one time, and now they're open. So there is a path right to 35. I mean, in theory, there's a path above it. I hope not, because I did that trade. Woulda, coulda, shoulda done it earlier. Let's just take a look at something here. Mean reversion bands. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Alma's work. And we're right in the middle of the mean reversion bands too. We're right in the middle of everything. What can I tell you? I don't see a big edge taking us in either direction here. Don't torture the data, as Paul Duncan says from Gamma Edge. And that's it. Like my brother said before, wish I could give you a more interesting day, or even a day where we have kind of more, where we have more potential for movement. Oh, there he is. Okay. How you doing? I'm going to jump out. I'm going to put you in the screen. You want to? Okay, he's on YouTube, and I don't know how he did that, but he's a genius. Okay. Do you want to speak? It says SPX zero omega not connected. So your voice isn't connected. I'm just going to tell him we can't hear you. I wish we could hear his commentary. I mean, it's a cute toy, but without the commentary, people aren't sure what they're looking at.
You know?
Oh, there we go. Now I hear you. I didn't have you in the right
Yeah,
place.
sorry. I get confused again with the microphones. All right. So what I have here, that is my magnet
Go
right
ahead.
here.
So that fly that I bought for whatever it was, 85 cents, I just sold it for $1.70, a double. I don't want to have to play games with these people. Go ahead.
All right. So we have here 60/50. This is where it's supposed to go. And then this, this is the roof, and then this is the rejection area. We reject this, right here, 1639/71, and then we're supposed to go here, and then we reject again. Keep in mind, my screen is 15 minutes. I know use longer time frames. As you can see this level move, we keeping going up. So right now, let's see. We are 1636. And then the new roof will be 1650. See, we're going there.
Okay, so now I got out of that scalp partially because I had that broken wing on top, and 35 should be the top. I got in at 70. I got out
Yeah,
at
I move
185.
at 1640 right now. It's the new roof, 1640.
But I just didn't want the risk of it going
No, no.
through the top and losing. I had a double, more than a double, so I just took the money and ran. So while he's doing that,
Now, so do you see they move again, the roof, 1650 now. This dealer position. Yep, again, 1655, right here.
What is it that they're looking at there? Like, what's
That's the banner exposure.
okay? And explain to them why the van exposure is important.
Okay, this is the magnet for the price. So the charm acting as repel and the banner acting as a magnet. So one time we get this level, we repel and then we're going down. This attract the price and then the charm repel it. So
And really, Valsig says that one is sort of the flip side of the other anyway. From a market maker's hedging point of view, that Vanna or Vega, well, not Vanna is not the same, but that Vanna is a function of time and so is charm.
that's correct. But the way we use it, right here, there's the repel. Here, this is the magnet. So we go in here, and then one time we hit the level, we attracting the price because this banner, we repel it. And then we dumping or we crush it. Either way. See, the banner keep moving up. We're going to keep it going up.
And that's market maker's exposure, Vanna exposure.
That's the dealer exposure.
Yeah. So dealers are short Vegas, short Vanna.
Yeah, and then let me see you can see my other screen. I'm going to show features. Let me show you this. Let me try to switch a screen here. I can do that.
Okay, Saved by the Bell. Survey says, where do we close?
1638.
38. Okay. See that?
Okay.
Glad that I closed it. Now, I closed it based on instinct, the way we were moving and the way it looked like we could charm up. I wasn't going to risk the win of a double. It would have lost 100 or 200 bucks. Now, I can't, and I guess I could teach that in that if I'm short two of the 35s and we go a buck in the money, that's $200 bad to the $500 good on the other one, and I'm getting ready to lose money if we keep moving. So this would have been a losing trade had I not closed it. A lot of people don't think great with flies. Flies just take practice. Let me
see one minute.
Let me do a screen share. And I'm not that guy who does whatchamacallit, one of those option strat diagrams. I just kind of have the feel for them in my head after doing it so many times. I can just sort of do the math in my head, but nothing wrong with doing it that way. It's just easier for me to look at a position and just feel what it's going to do. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. 60-50 must have seemed really crazy when people were talking about it. Not long ago, it was 5,900 was where we get there. Remember, that conversation was not long off. So let's take a quick peek at mañana. Let's look at position numbers. Let's get a preview of coming attractions. Position number. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Features.
Okay, I'll put it up. Let me just do this. Let me get myself off. Can you zoom in a little bit so I can see it a little better?
1 second.
Let me mute the TV. I'm sorry, guys. Had the TV off all day too. Usually have it on.
See better?
Yeah, if you can even stretch it out a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, explain it to us.
All right, so I see. Okay, I had two different screens. I had two different time frames. I had two different view of this. But on the morning, You remember the trade I posed about the $3,000 whatever early we do it?
I mean, I remember because
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
watching, I'm trading beside you, so to speak.
So we enter in 1640. 1640 will be a repair all day long. So 1640 around this area here, we enter and then we manage it all the way down to here. That's the first one. And then what happened is when the we touch, all this level was down. That's the charm. So all this level was down the day to day. Keep in mind this move on real time, back and forward.
What gave you confidence that it would go back up?
Yes. So when this price hit the charm, every time they going down. Every time it's a reversal. And then see, do you see a banner here? And then it's another banner here is below the price. That meaning it's a magnet to the price. These two banners. These two banners have two different days. These two banners have two different meanings. That have two different positions, two different dealers. This zero DTE, this more DTE is right here. This area it have different setup completely, and then that's why I be able to find out, where we be today. So as you can see, we hit this banner level 6,000 today, and then we hit the another one 6050. Well, we miss it for a few points, for maybe one ticker, something like that, right here. So that's my playbook. We're going one way, dumping up, dumping, dump.
So your
Small
playbook
point.
is level to level where we expect the strongest dealer response.
Yes, yeah. I go from charm to Bana, Bana to charm, and then I go the skew, and then I go the gamma charm ray chill, so I can see on my other computer, so we can know, uh, you know, where they doing. All this dealer positioning. So do you go on the features on the
Do you
auction
have
machine?
do you have gamma and delta on this too somewhere, or it's
Uh,
at a different screen?
no, it's different screen completely. It's another computer. But I can set up here. I go here. I can do it. Right. Let me see. 1 minute. So here I can go ahead and then set up whatever you want to see. For example, gamma, and then the ray chill. What do you want to see? Bana, charm, vega. What do you want to see?
Um, I want to see delta and gamma.
Delta and gamma. Okay. Delta and gamma. Okay. For today, that will be the 1 second. 160, 30, 60. Will be in this right here. Okay. My time frame is 30 minutes on features.
It's how long?
30 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay.
So
That was
it's take
actually one of the first time frames. My first real TA mentor that I took like classes, not mentorship and all that, paid mentorship. 30-minute time frame was where he lived for his scalping. 10-day scalps or intraday, but 10-day max time frame. 30-minute was his control time frame.
So now we have to wait for calculations, and
Okay.
then they become right here. Okay. So this is your delta gamma right here, the third line.
So what's the biggest delta strike?
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay.
Still calculated. They ain't not finished yet. All this number going to move. Just wait.
So while we're waiting, somebody says he has 60-60 the roof into tomorrow.
That I can tell you a little bit. I can go. Keep in mind, I not like it do SPX, you know, uh, pre-marker or after hours because I cannot get the real readings.
And
So
that is because that's because of the wide bid asks and guess how the Vega gets all distorted.
yes, sir. So I do that after 9:45. 9:45, I get my numbers out. All right. So we have on the lower side 59.65, and then on the high side 6100, 6105. So keep in mind this is the red shield between gamma and deltas, deltas and gammas. So if you take a look, we be on the area today.
So today was one of those days where price really respected the levels. The levels were strong, they were clear, and price just did what it was supposed to do.
Yep. But I not use delta gamma exposure too much because I not get the readings I want to get. I use a different ray shield. And then, for example, see I going to see the skew, you know, the skew is giving
Q is
out.
good. But again, explain to us what you like to look at.
1 second, let me go back there, skews. So let me get the skew, and then let me remove the gamma.
And explain to everybody what it is and why anybody would care about it.
Okay, the skew did the thing, the skew. Okay, so do you see the skew on the downside positive? Somebody speaking? Who's
No.
me? Oh, okay. All right, so see, I see the skew on the downside positive. So the price will be going to the downside because the accumulation of the cars are right there. So there are people waiting there to go in the trade. See the skew, it is on the good side. That means that would be the roof we getting. You know, it's many people sitting there. We put, and then I can able to see where's the big boy sitting. When you put the skew and then you see the big lines, that's somebody sitting there with the iron condor, you know, or something, you know, and then I can go on the ocean chain and then find out that trade. Let me wait for
So
this
if
skew.
market makers are long skew, somebody is short skew, is what you're saying?
It's depend. That's depend what they're doing. Let me wait 1 second.
Okay, yeah.
You know, skew's really heavy to calculate. You know, it's a big calculation on skew.
Oh, come on, you do it in your head all the time. All right, while that's calculating, I'm just going to take a more for a second, and you know, I wouldn't be writing my if then yet for tomorrow, but I would be thinking about it. You know, after the market close, oh, and let's see if I don't think the IC well is going to be in town yet, so I'm not even going to check. We didn't have enough of a move, so I'm already thinking, okay, what does tomorrow look like? And tomorrow we don't have very many clear. We have a few big levels. We have obviously the 6,000. We have slowing movement up to just kind of right here where we close, and you see we closed right here. Where did we close? This is why I said that you look when I look at the next day, it helps us with the pin. Where did we close? Above here, we get the market makers hedging above 30, magnet right to 40. So let's just pretend we open over here tomorrow, just for the sake of discussion, or here, 35. Path upwards, market makers short, pull us up, pull us up. This is really not much. But 60-60, somebody, give the man a Cupid doll. Somebody says that they have 60-60 as a roof. That's the first roof. I wouldn't say it's the absolute roof. I would say that's the first stall point. And that's how many points from here? That's 25 points. So that's probably going to be a little bit less than the expected move. We have the 70 magnet. So we have a fly looking structure right here. So See, 75, 60, a fly looking structure right here. So that would be one possible place, stalling up here on the way up. And then we got, once again, we have those big negative gamma market maker short positions up here. So that if that has enough juice, if the Vanna up here is high enough, that can be a magnet. He can look at that for us. And to the downside, what do we got? We got all your favorite hits. We have 6,000, 60, 75, and we have 5950. These are all levels that should hold enough decay coming from there. I'm just going to look at one more thing, and then I'm going to turn it over to you. Your thing probably populated by now. So now I'm going to look at upcoming day. And so there are those magnets. So there's that double strike, the 90 and the 6100 potential magnet. 6050 must be some long calls over here, 6050. That's a very likely easy magnet. Remember my buddy there said 6060 roof, which is right here. And to the downside is just kind of vaguely supportive all around. Go ahead, you're up.
All right, so this is the Q right here. As you can see, this level, this is Q0 DT, so this is going to spike, in a little bit. So, see, do you see the 1625 was the middle price today, up and down. So, and then we have this magnet here. Let me see if I can put a little more. Whoops, I cannot see it too much, but that's why I keep it saying 6,000. Remember from today on the chart, because there's a big code sitting right here. Somebody plays a big this.
So that's a customer long call?
Can be a dealer, hedge fund, something.
Okay, somebody's long call. It doesn't matter who, right?
Yeah, I don't care who it is.
Yeah, we don't care who it is either. Could be. It's probably you if I know you. Go ahead.
No, you're right. so this sitting here, and then is another one here. So they play this game today, from here to here, and then I don't know how how big it is. I mean, not how big it is. I know I don't have an idea who put it, but the skew tell me somebody sitting here. So they attract the price to this area against with the banner.
And the skew is telling you that they're sitting there because it's not moving?
The skew moving during the day. Right now, it's no moving because.
Okay, it's after hours. Okay.
Yeah, but do you see this crazy? They moving up. All this position were really large on the early today, but right now we close, and then they go in reduce, and then this 0 DT, and because this 0 DT, that's going to spike a little bit. Able to see this. I had to change the date for tomorrow so I can see something different. Like this. They have more DT. Like this. These two guys have different DT. But this and this has 0 DT. So that's why SQ I like it, because I see big area here. The price does not move so far up. Always go back to this area. Going up, going back to this area. Now, see, the skew was right here, will be different because the price like to moving up there and then reject it, moving up there and then reject it. So that's how I do in the skew here. And then we can see volume, we can see open interest, we can see what you name it. I can do it the BOMA on the ES2. I can see the whatever, no matter. So you click here, then you use it here, then I can see. Then another thing I want to show you later on. All right, so let me show you this. So right here we have the BOMA. we can see the BANA, we can see the charm, the Vega, the Delta, the Gamma, the volume, and the open interest. All this, we can do this, and then we can radio any of those against this. So meaning you can put volume here, and then you can do a ray chill against Gamma, or against Delta, or Vega, charm, BANA, whatever, and then you can get your radio chill. So something I want to show you out. So here, let me change this to 30 minutes as well. This is the tool we made. They measure deltas Fibonacci together.
What is it together? The what?
The Fibonacci and,
Okay, Fibonacci.
and then the deltas. They have a custom formula for the deltas against Fibonacci. So they calculate, let's wait a little bit, they do it now. So the tool giving to me 3 levels, 3 different boxes, outside to outside, and then middle range to middle range, and then inside to inside. Based on the delta of the day, based on the Fibonacci levels. That's 30 minutes, okay. I have another one. While we're waiting for this, let me show you another one. Can show one screen at a time. Okay. So let me use this. It's a PDF file. Let's not be this as a screen. Share the screen, present. Share screen. Share. And then let's do that one here. Windows. Right here. Share. All right, so I put the screen. I don't know if you see it. Are you there, Doc?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, can you share the screen I loaded?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So, for example, I use this, I mean, my this on the VIX. So the main box is from this blue to this blue, and then that's the main one area, and then the red one to the green is the another box, and then we have the yellows. And the dot is the middle price. All this calculating between deltas and Fibonacci. And then, I like to do the big 1D. And then we have it here on SPX. Look, this SPX moved today. As you can see, the tool is starting working as soon we get the reading from the deltas. They not working by itself. They not working just right there. They working when they starting get the readings. So when we get the white dot, meaning it's a possible reversal. As you can see, we're going down. And then when they hit the green, it's a possible reversal again. It's not dot show, but see, we're going back on the time. We had a dot right here. So we use this dot for a reversal to the upside. And then the same thing happen again here. And then we dump, and then, well, tomorrow we can use, see the dot appear, or we have to wait for tomorrow for the new readings. But that's the reversal, and then that align very well with the features, with the tool, and then with the levels. So that's another thing we use to do the reversals, and then we know the levels. And then when we say we're going here, we're going there, because we already see the top and the bottom of the move.
All right. I'm going to end it unless people have any questions. Thanks, and we'll be bringing Flash up from time to time. Apparently, I screwed up on giving him the right link. He was supposed to come on a different time. I screwed up on giving him the right link. Okay. So this is these were my levels for today. The orange ones were the ones I put in. And unlike Flash, who codes stuff, I manually or figure out where the level should be. However I do, I type it in. I type in weekly straddle top, I type in whatever it is, and I tell ChatGPT or Claude, whoever's handy, to make it into a string. And the string I just copy and paste in here, and that's it. No, and so these are basically the same thing as if you took your paintbrush and drew a line on the chart. These are just lines. Mental Q stuff is however they get their stuff. Theirs is more, quantity, calculation based. And that's it. So for tomorrow, we already looked at the levels. We have CPI, and we have a 10-year bond auction tomorrow, just to keep it interesting. So a 10-year bond auction, sort of the flagship that people measure rates by. It's currently 44.74. Let me see something.
Got the spy here, so do you want to see it?
I just want to see something. So here's the 10-year over here. If we zoom out, that 4.5 seems to be the magic number. The dollar I haven't been looking at. Oh, that's the VIX. I used to have the dollar up here. Slash DXY. Well, not slash. I hit the wrong thing. There's the dollar. 99, just under par for the dollar. And the other things I like to look at, just real quick, the advanced decline line of the S&P 500. How many up, how many down? We see we get these crazy moves. We get like that, but broadly positive, more positive negatives. Here's the tick of the S&P 500. That's more for intraday timing. When we get tick extremes, it's going to be down goes Fraser. Here's at the end of the day, we had a little end of the day selling, but for 3 seconds, it closed on the down tick. And here's the ticks of the market. And here's like the extremes up at 1,000. And these are sort of the get ready. It might be an extreme tick around 600, 650. And I have these, not anymore, I don't scalp like I used to. I used to have these set to an audio alarm. So I would hear when we're getting near a level to enter or close a trade, depending where we were at. I guess so I would show that for fun. Okay. That's it. Thank you, everybody. And I will eventually figure out how to schedule these in advance. So on YouTube or whatever, it'll say upcoming event, 3 o'clock or 8:15, whatever it's going to be. My daily plan will for sure, I will be on, let's say 8:15 for sure, 8 o'clock if I can get it done, depending on feeding the goats and just how long it takes me to fight with AI to get me to do a TV string. Other than that, and I'm not nice to it. I'll say to ChatGPT, WTF? How many times do I have to tell you? $ price, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. It does a new string. Then I'll put it on. You left out all the levels on top. Why'd you just do the bottom? And so we have this back and forth. That's my morning argument. I talk to people much more nicely than I talk to ChatGPT. Okay, take care, everybody. Good night. And I'll be bringing Flash back on. And like I said, Vol Signals says he'll be coming on. Options Depth says he'll be coming on. Scott Nations, who developer of the Nations Index, big boy shit. Institutions use his stuff. He'll be coming on. I got my trading buddies that Flash trades with side by side. They're supposed to be coming on, but they're too busy trading to tear themselves away. And that's it. All right, guys, have a great night. Ending.